Scalpers are ruining Beyblade. I know absolutely zero about Beyblades. I don't think I even owned one. I don't think so. But what is there even to scalp with Beyblade? Do they have, like, mystery pool Beyblades that I don't know about? Let's find out, I guess.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How are you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're going to be talking about Beyblade.
Yeah. Beyblade.
Every generation has their iconic toy, whether it was the baby boomers with their etch-a-sketch.
I had a light up rainbow fidget spinner. Love that thing. Absolutely love that thing. I need to get me a new fidget toy. I need something to keep me focused.
Or Gen X with the goddamn Rubik's Cube. Each age of youth has a cultural moment with at least one gadget, trinket, or game. What was ours? What would have mine been? Beyblade, inspired by the traditional Japanese spinning top game Beigoma, released in 1999 and quickly grew into a massive hit, and it's not hard to see why. Similar to Pokemon, Beyblade products were also marketed alongside an anime, inspiring waves of kids to let it rip on just about every hard surface they could get their unwashed little hands on. At its peak, the Beyblade craze got so out of hand, schools and public areas began banning the toys over safety concerns. Kids were getting creative with the Beyblade launches, shooting them directly into the air or even at each other's faces, completely underestimating how much damage a fast-spinning top with plastic blades could do. It was all fun and games until your Gen 1 Dray Seal fell off the classroom desk at full speed and performed a burst finish on your crotch. Those are probably moves or characters in the game. I don't know. One parent even reported to their kid's school that she suffered a serious eye injury after her son launched a Beyblade off the table and onto her face. Injuries like this led to school-wide bans across the world, and even today, you'll find plenty of battle scar pics posted online now that new generations of the tops are mostly made of metal. The newer, more durable metal Beyblades were causing more than just injuries. They were doing property damage as well. In one well-known piece of internet lore, 2 kids destroyed their family's bathtub after using it as a battle arena. While they were yelling out special moves and getting hyped, they were scraping the enamel off the surface and even breaking apart soap holders and entire chunks of the tub itself. In total, $500 of damage was done, and this resulted in the kids' parents posting an eBay auction for the 8 powerful bays that demolished their tub. And apparently, after breaking the kids' piggy banks and only finding $125, they thought it was fair to cover the rest of the repair costs by selling the beloved tops. Featured prominently on the listing was a photo of the weeping children. This went viral on 4chan, leading to so many fake bids that the post was removed from eBay entirely. This is all to say that Beyblades were an inescapable nightmare for many schools and households during this time. There's no way for me, I don't know. I want to just ask, did you ever get into Beyblade when you were younger?
No, I thought it was gay. I thought Beyblades was lame. But me and my friends did do this thing where we built...
Like, where we kissed each other and we had anal sex?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've done gay shit with my friends, but that's not what we did.
Sure.
Like one of those fans, and we put folders on the side and made our own arena, and we'd throw plastic bottles in, and they would like fight, and then the winner, last one...
What do you mean? You're putting bottles on the Beyblades?
No. It was like a fan.
Makeshift
like a box fan.
Beyblade.
So you guys thought that was cooler than using Beyblades? Was it just because it was cheaper?
Yeah, well, I think we just got bored one night.
My biggest thing with Beyblade was that, one, when I was younger, you used to have to, I don't know if it's still the same. I didn't even know, because apparently right now, Beyblades are red hot. They're coming back with a fury. And also the fact that they're metal. My God, what the hell? Back in the day, it was all plastic, but then it was, you would have the long, almost like dipstick-esque thing, and you do, let it rip, and you pull it, and they would, go, whatever, right? Couple things that deterred me away from Beyblades. One, there's a kid in my school one time who did, let it rip, and that plastic piece, it had like divots in it, and he just sliced his hand wide open with the plastic. Oh! And there was blood all over the Beyblade in the desk. This is at school. And I mean, your teacher at the time was like, I don't know, they're spin tops. Just like a Depression era toy, and they're like, I guess this is cool, like whatever. But you got the kids like, he's holding his hand, blood everywhere. So then I was afraid to even like,
I never seen the
use the fucking thing. So I was like, how do I hold this where I don't, whatever. And then also the show just did not look good. I was getting pussy watching Pokemon with my boy Ash. He's like going time to time being like, yo, what? That's Ash going time to time. Yo, what? Who are you? And she's like, Missy. He's like, I'm about to eat it. You better put it behind a cage because I'm about to eat it. Beyblade though, I was like,
Fun fact, my name is loosely kind of inspired by Misty, despite the fact that I never watched Pokemon at all. But I liked the name Mistic, but I didn't want to spell it with a Y. And I looked at Misty and just changed it to Mystic. So, yeah. Somewhat my inspiration for that.
He's like, I'm about to eat it. You better put it behind a cage because I'm about to eat it. Beyblade, though, I was like, I've seen the thing. Like, here's the thing. There's Pokemon cards. You're like, I love this Pokemon. Look how cute he is. Whatever it is, right? I've seen the Beyblade. I've seen it.
I've gone by Mystic since like 2016. So, or maybe even beforehand, because I used to do good luck. I used to do like Minecraft roleplay stuff. But I think my name was usually Mistic in those. So I think maybe even older than 2016.
Work. It's never like that in the show. In the show, there's sparks and there's, you know, whatever. Is there like demons or something in the show?
That's
Wasn't
what I
there
was
like
wondering.
monsters?
There's like monsters inside them, because other than that, it feels boring. Because it just.
I don't
watch.
fucking know. I don't know. There was too many shows. Look at Ash versus look at the main character of Beyblade. I'm gonna fucking hang out with
the same.
with Ash, dude. I don't know who this guy is. I don't want to fucking hang out with him. So that always kept me at bay. Now, granted, there was many times I was tempted by Beyblades. You go to a kid's house, some ornery kid, some kid that you're like, what the fuck? You ever hang out with a kid? You're like, what the fuck am I hanging out with this kid?
No.
You do that? You hang out with that kid. He's the guy who has the giant
If I hated
fucking
someone,
plastic
I would ignore
hell
them.
pit arena. You're like, what is this? It's my Beyblade arena. And you're like, just lets it go off. Giant purple fucking monstrosity. Looks like Grimace's asshole just right there in the fucking middle of the room, you know? There's been a couple times where I'm like, oh, God, that's kind of sick. My friends always had like even WWE stuff. I don't really know any of them, but he had the ring. And you're like, oh, this is sick. And I go home and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to play with middle-aged men, like real men? I had Dragon Ball Z. I had fucking Pokemon cards.
G.I. Joe?
I had one G.I. Joe and it freaked me out.
Oh, because you done him and see his. Yeah.
You pulled out his pants?
Well, no, I'd what a frame. I did not like hanging out around popular kids because, like, I don't know why, but they would always try to talk to me, and I would just ignore them because they were so loud and they got on my nerves. Ignore the fact that I'm messing with a phone stand right now, but that they would just get on my nerves, so I would just ignore them. So no, I don't know if you would be the type that I would ignore.
And there's nothing there. That's yeah. He just had his bottom surgery. This is Joe 2 months on T. He's like, hoorah. This message is sponsored by Raycon.
Hell yeah.
Summer's here, and whether you're breaking a sweat with the jizz, they won't slip out when you're moving fast or breaking a sweat. The Everyday Clip earbuds are a great option for everyday listening. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/popmeatclip to get 20% off. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring our video. Now back to the video. While Beyblades have experienced a sizable dip in relevance, a specific chain of events has led to an incredible resurgence. One that has led people of all ages to take a new interest in the hobby. It all started when a Chinese man ran to... You know, you already know it's about to be good when it's just like, it all started when a Chinese man, that's when I started.
Me too.
It all started when a Chinese man ran to threads begging for help after being declared trash at the game by a child. He pleaded with pros to share their strongest combinations of Beyblade parts so he could destroy the child using the iron fist of...
They have optimal Beyblade parts? Isn't it just like a matter of luck who wins? I didn't think it was like a pay-to-win game.
Capitalism.
I didn't think it was pay to win.
Wow, that's an impressive sentence. Also, just for the sake of people who have never used Beyblades, it's not that you just buy a Beyblade. You like Frankenstein it together with
there's
other
different
pieces.
Parts,
oh?
Yeah, there's like a centerpiece and there's like armor on the top. And there's different classes, which we go into.
Places like Hong Kong and Taiwan started hyping up Beyblade, again, due to the post virality, shooting it back into the mainstream. Younger people were enticed to try the game out, while older folks were hit by the nostalgia and wanted to relive their childhood. And suddenly, adults were meeting up at parks and other public places to host Beyblade events. One tattoo parlor in Japan famously opened up its doors at night to host underground Beyblade tournaments where around 30 adults could be seen shouting and jumping around from the heart-pumping action. Which I gotta say, if you put a thing, like, I don't know what game it is, whether you did, but it would be a thing where it's like, if you lose, they cut off your thumb.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I forgot what it's called. It's some kind of poker. Chop poker.
Chop poker. Okay.
What?
You do chop poker. So that's underground poker, right? You start that with Beyblade, all
Never
of a
heard
sudden,
of
it's just
that.
like, why the fuck is Beyblade actually why is Beyblade kind of sick, though? Chop Beyblade? Are you kidding me? You know, I bet there's something, though. I bet there's been some crazy thing, because Beyblades are, what, that big? Probably. Someone shoved the Beyblade up some guy's ass before. Ooh, inside of it? Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
One butcher in Hong Kong even began offering free pork bones and meat to anyone who could beat him in a Beyblade battle. That is fucking sick. That is so sick.
I would do that in a heartbeat. Free food, free. What did he say? I forgot. I zoned out when he said free ham, something pork. I would do that in a heartbeat. Hell yeah.
He's like, so you want a free meal, huh? Over in Malaysia, schools began recognizing Beyblades as a proper co-curricular activity, allowing students to establish official after-school clubs. Because of this ruling, students could let it rip after school and earn the points needed to fulfill their co-curricular record, which is required to graduate. To get students interested, the Malaysian government and third-party vendors started supplying schools with 1,000 stadiums, 3,000 starter kits, and certified Beyblade coaches known as Bay trainers. How do you get that job? That's all I want to know. Also,
this feels like the esports like thing where like every college is like really into esports. This is what it feels like.
To graduate high school? These 18-year-olds coming in. How old are these trainers? Dude, now all of a sudden this co-curricular activity, I'm like, I better keep an eye on those Beyblade trainers.
What if they're like 60 years old, like Master Miyagi?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Then all of a sudden, yeah, I didn't realize the Bay trainer was in me until... You know what I mean? Outside of schools, more and more third spaces such as Beyblade-themed cafes are popping up that host weekly local tournaments. Even brands like Durex took advantage of the newfound spike in popularity by creating graphics of Beyblade-shaped ribbed condoms to market their products. One ad claimed that they were the ultimate offensive gear ready for any late-night showdown. The hype of Beyblades would grow so massive that the second wave could no longer be contained to a single region, eventually spreading across the world. Soon, Beyblades began infiltrating communities no one expected. One man documented a parishioner at his church who approached them and popped his trunk only to reveal an entire Beyblade setup, leading several members of the church to kneel down and run the set in the middle of the parking lot.
Hell yeah.
Take a knee for the Lord, gentlemen.
I think that's awesome. Beyblades is bringing people and communities together.
Who would have thought? Should have got a better anime.
Yeah.
The anime, it's just thinking about the anime.
Oh, they should remake it.
No.
Oh.
It as a underground hobby. See, when it blows up again, it's gonna be dead. Even the metal is crazy. A fucking metal armor on it now. Fuck's sakes, good lord. At concerts, people reported seeing adults stepping away from the music and sneaking off to the food truck area to Blade. They played Beyblade. Even orthopedic doctors are having to seriously urge bladers to warm up their wrist before playing due to a massive spike in wrist-related injuries. Okay, come on now. At least stretch.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing for old people in the future.
Is it kind of cool that it's all older people
exercises.
sitting there and being like, let me step away in Beyblade versus seeing kids do it?
Oh, yeah, I think it makes it way cooler.
Like once you see the kids do it, you're just like,
yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Also, I don't think kids would play it because they're gonna see older people doing it, being like, that's lame. So it is.
Also, do kids still? They probably don't like it because it's not digital. It's not on the computer. It's not a game. Now, if there's digital Beyblade, that's where the kids come in.
Of course there is.
That'd be awesome. Wish I was a kid so bad. Because Beyblade is such a cheap hobby, the barrier to entry is pretty low. As you would expect, however, it's becoming a bit of an addiction to some. People who are brand new to the hobby are already acquiring piles of Beyblades in a very short time. Ever since the release of Beyblade X, the newest generation that started in 2023, people have been rekindling their childhood love of the game, now armed with adult money. One couple admits that what started as a small collection of 1 or 2 Beyblades has turned into an insane horde of products and an unstoppable itch to buy any shiny new model they come across. Let me ask you this. Hand parts, is it like a blind box thing? Or are you buying the specific thing? I'm curious if Beyblade's doing the thing where it's like, oh, we'll see which one you get. Is there versions of Beyblade like that? Basically what I'm asking is there Beyblade gambling?
I think, I think they sell a whole Beyblade one, but people
and then
who
you can Frankenstein
exactly
people
who are really into it's like you need this body with this kind of handle.
But it's not
armor.
Mystery.
Creating the perfect warrior.
Exactly.
You just buy what you want.
For one man, the rush of buying new Beyblades only came to a halt when he got destroyed at a tournament. From there, he started focusing on meta-approved Beyblades and is now fully invested into competitive play. Nostalgia isn't the only thing causing people to buy into the resurgence. Some people actually become entranced by the spinning colors and sounds of the tops clanking against each other. See, now that I could see as an ASMR thing. We talked about the pimple popping thing. What's that? I mean, that's an actual audio.
Something I've been doing.
If I can go to like a Rain Man stance, like, oh my god, it's spinning. Like I could see that.
If you think about it, fidget spinners are kind of like Beyblades. You're just sitting there.
Oh my god. Like one fan who claimed that they were too old to get back into Beyblades, that is until they saw a TikTok of a Beyblade spinning, which hypnotized them into opening their wallet. According to them, the sound of spinning Beyblade is absolutely hypnotic to start buying more, but admit to not wanting to venture out into the community events because they think it's creepy to battle against random children. I mean, dude, you're playing a game. Also, that leads to an interesting question as well. We understand the plights of a trading card game store. Like we've gone to Magic tournaments or whatever. It's atrocious. It smells horrible. You also just have to be with like the goofy, like it's just, if it's not your core friend group, maybe when you're younger, there's like a mysticism to it, where you're like, these people like what I like.
Yeah.
But the older you get, the worse it becomes. And you're like, oh God. Even just somebody's laugh, whatever. I'm never going back. You know, whatever that might be. Shallow as hell. Do you think Beyblade tournaments and/or competitions are in the same vein?
Oh yeah, I bet you there's one kid who's like the best, and he's so smug about it.
See, now, the way you say that is like when someone's at like a street racing. Oh, that's Dominic. No one beats him. He drives his car. See that? Then Dominic comes in like an obese kid who moved like from Ohio. He's just like, hello, gentlemen. Do you think that you still have the same thing with like the stink, or do you think it's just a different breed? Because now, see, with this document, it makes me think that people are showing up after work in suits. There's a guy and a chef showing up, or is it still the same demographic, but they just switch over to Beyblade on certain days?
I think if
feel
it's
like
like
it
an
would
Asian
still be
demographic, more
awful.
professional. But if it's American,
You will do anything to fetishize Japanese people, won't you?
I said Asia. I said Asia.
Yeah, but we knew what you meant. He also
Nick.
did this. He's like, if it's an Asian demographic,
What does that say? I don't
but you
know.
think the Americans are just gonna be fat slob, kind of like the nerdy,
I think so.
unwashed?
Well, I feel like nerdy people are gonna be more prone to it, but who knows? Maybe some like buff gym bros will be playing.
That's the whole thing with nerd stuff now. Isn't that the craziest thing? That's one thing now is you go into these shops and stuff, and there's like guys with like creatine. There's no delineation anymore. Buff guys are playing it and stuff too, but they all smell like shit. At least when you're looking at the guy, you're like, he probably fucking came here right after he got out of the gym. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so then yeah, they all smell then.
I think so.
Even after work, they're sweating, working. They come.
Well, it's a
out.
long day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Stinky.
And then you're sitting there, you're like all tense and nervous from the Beyblade. like that. The Beyblade scene is as passionate and dedicated to the game as ever. And online Beyblade communities are seeing
I
this
don't get
surge in
it.
traffic as well. People post about Beyblade news, new drops, show off their plays, and even post aesthetic photo shoots to show off their rare Beyblade drip. One man even attached his Storm Pegasus to his chain like a statement piece to a
You
sea
can
of
barely
praise
see
from
it in those
onlookers.
photos. You can
pretty
barely
cool.
see
Actually,
it.
if I had like a winning Beyblade, I would wear it around my.
Oh, I'd frame it. I'd do something. There has got to be some guy who's gotten some pussy from Beyblade. Are you the one who had the deal? Yes. Yeah, let it rip. Others embrace the Beyblade lifestyle by bringing them along wherever they go, because no fun
Let it
surface is
rip at
safe
me,
for
baby.
true blader. One man posted a pic of his immaculate Chili's dinner spread and his date sitting across from him with his Beyblade perfectly in frame to share with his Bay brothers. While the sick Bay got a positive response, many of the comments were focused on the woman's breast. Also, I think that it should have been a video. I should have been a picture mid-rip, so you see it spinning and then she's sitting there as well. And
He's
he's
just
just
showing
like,
off
we're
his
ripping.
goods too. He's like Beyblade, food, boobs. Like
His
this is
goods.
Yeah, what?
God, look at you. It's property. Yeah, that's what you meant.
No.
Yes, it was. Admit it. One man took the opportunity to trauma dump about his hot ex-girlfriend, who he fumbled years back. This is in the comment section?
Yeah.
This is your account, isn't it?
Her brother's girlfriend passed, and I wasn't much of a person at the time. Instead of consoling and being there for her, I downplayed it and told her to grow up. Ironically, I was the one that needed work, not her. 19 years old to 24 has been a hell of a journey.
God.
That girl didn't deserve to be treated like the way I treated her.
4 upvotes. Who read that and they're like, oh my God.
So sad.
Oh my God. Hold your head up, Bay brother. Also, like, what kind of fucking response to that is like a guy being like,
Grow
I had
up.
Chili's with my girl and my Beyblade. When I was 19, I was not the man who I thought I needed to be. On the surface, a Beyblade battle looks like a lot of fun. Casual game that could maybe kill a few minutes of time, but believe it or not, there is so much more to unpack when you delve into the world of competitive play. You'll find weekly tournaments all over TCG shops and hobby stores, but it doesn't stop there. World Championship events have popped up all throughout Beyblade history, and even just last year, we saw an inaugural events like the Beyblade X World Championship 2025 in Japan. Just a few months ago, a giant tournament called the Red Line Rumble was hosted in Michigan, where
What
the
a-
first place
what a
prize was not just a trophy and a rare
promo
Beyblade, but an
image.
entire Honda Civic. It better be wrapped.
I was gonna say, it better have a
It better have a
Beyblade.
giant fucking Beyblade thing on it. Come on. One man who became intrigued by the competitive scene attended his first big event, only to be hit with the reality after realizing his out-of-box Walmart Beyblades were not enough to compete against the dedicated men dripped out in matching team jerseys. Of course, this becomes a science to it.
Yeah.
Even the way that you probably arc it or the way you get your start,
I
there's
didn't-
probably so much shit to it.
Didn't think about that.
You know what I mean?
Or
gotta
like,
be
like
something.
double pump it before.
Lube it up.
This is all to say that blading isn't just for the casuals. There are levels to this game, and people put tons of time perfecting their custom Beyblade combos to increase their chances of winning. When a pro blader enters the humble TCG shop, he doesn't just carry his bays in a Ziploc bag like some sort of playground pussy. More experienced bladers will
Is it
store
like
their
a
selections
suitcase?
in a tackle box, but a world's level competitor will bust out a straight up briefcase to show that they fucking mean business. I'm not here to play. I'm here to fucking compete. The same way a world-renowned sushi chef cares for his knife, a blader will care for his hands. Some even opt to wear fingerless gloves to protect their launching hand from unforeseen bruises, cuts, and other ouches.
Okay, that's smart though.
Too embarrassed
It's
to
cringe,
wear them
but
for
it's
fear
smart
of judgment.
though.
But that kind of cowardice won't win you a goddamn Honda Civic, all right? Like any game with a competitive scene, players will flock towards any strategy or gear that even slightly increases their odds of winning. Outsiders will claim that each match is just a gamble, but there's a reason bog standard bays off the shelf aren't winning any major tourneys, all right? There's a surprising amount of tech and matchup knowledge in higher tier competitions. For example, even the launcher you use to send out your bay matters greatly. There are ripcord launchers and string launchers, each with different variations and handle shapes that influence the speed, control, and angle of your release. Often when people doubt that a player's launching technique has any real impact on the battle, there will be Beyblade historians that will tell you how foolish you are and cite specific matches they can analyze to prove their point. And don't think for a second your decision making ends at your launcher. The real fun begins once you realize there are literally thousands of different combinations of Beyblade parts, each with their own levels of strength, speed, and potential to ruin a 10-year-old's day, all right? And of course, some bladers think that having this knowledge gives them a pass to be arrogant, like the man who reached over to shake the opponent's hand right after they both launched their bays, only to lose and be laughed out of the store. They're being dicks. Any competitive scene will have cringy tryhards, and Beyblade is no exception. Sweat lords will attend locals with as little as $10 in prizing as they scream out their special moves like their life depends on it. Please show a small compilation now.
Funny joke. Okay.
Never defeated, never knocked out.
Now I understand.
Why does that make me want to do that, Nick? I want to experience that so bad. Is this moves they made up themselves, or are these pre-existing things? Is this from the anime, or is this them like the same way they're like Kamehameha?
Probably a mix. I think the original ones are just going to copy what they saw on the show.
Well, I'm going to, if I did it, I would make my own move.
I would make my own too.
Just off the cuff, what would it be?
Kimchi.
You would just yell kimchi?
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Of course it was, Nick.
I think you're just hungry.
What would yours be?
Hell Typhoon. Simple, borderline, dumb. Hell Typhoon! That has a nice ring to it. I'd have to play it.
Yes.
That's the first thing that comes to mind, though. Something simple. Hell Typhoon.
It makes you a better player, I think, if you scream something. It gives you more energy.
Would Titty Twister be good?
I think so. If you're like a bro.
Titty Twister! You do that boom here, and then you go up and you try to, like, titty twist your opponent. He's like, ah!
I saw a really cool Beyblade. I think it was a 3-for-all with 3 of them. But he got shot out, and he got launched into the air. But then he came back down and hit them both, and they got out. It looked nice. Not explaining it.
Cool. Some Beyblade locals are teaming with main character energy. One man who went viral online is seen fitted with leather gloves and taking a dramatic deep breath before his final match with a player who goes by Super Dragon Zord.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Dragon. I knew I had to face him someday. After losing, he shook Mr. Zord's hand. After the winners congratulates him, he lets out his most powerful anime voice as he declares, I won't lose next time!
I like
I
this.
won't lose next time.
Already, this is where I'd be like,
I will
that Beyblade is not for me.
defeat you.
Maybe me and the boys could play, but I couldn't do the...
You couldn't do the shout.
I couldn't do the public competitive scene. I don't think so.
It's a show, though. It's kind of like WWE. It's like your kayfabe, you know?
I guess that's true. Maybe if I'm there and I get into it, maybe that's a different story. I don't know. For the most part, the Beyblade resurgence has been a very positive and exciting thing. But what's a fun child's hobby without scumbag scalpers looking to make a profit, right? Because they're always got to be there. While scalping has always...
I don't understand how you would get a profit from this, though. Because the whole thing is with like, usual scalpers is that there's like a gambling element to it. Like, there's some kind of chance. How are you scalping with this? Can you not just buy it from, like, the Beyblade website?
existed in the scene, it has become a much more noticeable problem because of this recent boom. So much that, similar to what happened with Pokemon, it is actively deterring people from wanting to continue playing. Fans have begun making impassioned pleas to not notify anyone if they see Beyblade products in stores for the fear of alerting potential scalpers. Unfortunately, stores are now being forced to lock Beyblades behind glass to avoid shelves being bum rushed the moment they fill back up. Tactics like this also prevent scalpers from stashing tops underneath shelves, just like they did with Pokemon cards. And in parts of Asia, Beyblades, and specifically Beyblade X, are nearly impossible to find in stores now. Scalping in Beyblade scene has gotten so bad that tournaments are actually banning rare tops that have become nearly impossible to purchase thanks to their behavior, feeling like it goes to the very few owners of them have an unfair advantage just because it's impossible to get. The sheer passion that Beyblade scalpers have for making a quick buck off children's entertainment is downright sickening. Numerous people have reported watching grown men rip Beyblades out of children's hands just so they can add one more to their online inventory, which what the fuck else is new? How many times have we heard that? Fucking Stanley Cups, I mean, anything where someone can make money, like, don't even bring the kids now. If anything, which is fucked up to say, but it feels like it's becoming a thing where if a child wants a toy or something, just like, you have to get it yourself almost. If you're a grown adult, you have to get it yourself. Because now you're competing with these fucking troglodytes. You know what I mean? No longer are we in the era of going to a Walmart or Target. Oh, I'm gonna get that. Many scalpers know what they're doing is wrong, but don't care if it means a good payday. Others, however, are doing some crazy mental gymnastics to justify their behavior. Some believe that given the current market, Beyblades are no longer just toys, they're collectibles. And this means it's okay to price and sell them as luxury items.
I hate that
And the obsession
so
with
much.
Beyblades has driven prices up so high that even regular thieves are
400 for
breaking into toy
one?
stores and stealing them because the word has spread out about how valuable they are, which once again
Jesus.
feels like an extension of, we saw the same thing with Pokemon. People break into card shops and steal the Pokemon.
I feel like people are just doing this because Pokemon have been so hard to get a hold of that they just need something. They just need something to scalp.
Product. I think that it's become such a thing now that even Pokemon stores are becoming like diamond banks, and they'll lock up their shit to where now I think that these scalpers are other people who can't get their hands on that Pokemon product are now going into other things like Beyblade, where they see a rising market and stuff before it gets crashed.
They're opportunists.
Yeah,
They're like, I want
100%.
to get on the ground floor.
Yeah, and because of these scalpers too, what's fucked up is that it does bring more people into the hobby for the wrong reason, of course, of being like, well, there's money to be made here on this thing. Even though it's interesting, where of course it's gonna end up in a spot where scalpers ruin it. That's just it happens. That's what's happening already. But Beyblade, I don't think, is as big and as strong as like a Pokemon to last. So it sucks seeing it come from a thing where a Chinese post brought in this huge crazy resurgence of people wanting to play in the Asians, bring it over, and of course it just gets ruined. But that's a tale as old as time at this point. Honestly, seeing a nearly 3-decade-old toy with a lot of nostalgia behind it garner this much new attention is a special thing, and something that I don't think happens at all. I mean, if you if you look at Pokemon never really went anywhere. Pokemon's been that big, it just for some reason accrued a new level of value. But I think like Pokemon cards have been around since every game. I mean, like every game or new iteration, Pokemon cards have been around. But for Beyblade to seemingly fall off, and if they have been around, they have not had the same cultural relevance.
Yeah, I've not heard of them since I was
like lightning in a bottle. It seems like it. Whether you're an old head who started your journey with the first ever Spin Dragoon, or a new blader making your debut with Beyblade X, don't let scummy scalpers and sweaty tryhards stop you from potentially joining a fun new community. As with anything, you know? And I think with any new community or something, get the boys together, dude. Get the bitches together and have a good time, right? With your bro or bitches, hang out, vibe out, see what's up. And then if you do feel like you have a configuration, why not frill out the feathers and peacock at a local event if you can't fucking win something? Beyblade, interesting concept, interesting to see its rise, interesting to see where it goes, Nick.
I want big Beyblades. Like, could you
huge?
Like,
I'm surprised with 3D printing that has not happened.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Giant people can print giant pieces.
I mean,
stuff.
I know. Who was it? I did a thing for Boy. They made like a huge Beyblade, didn't they? Like a few years ago, and that thing was that was scary because it was just a metal spinning wheel.
It probably has somehow.
I saw some, they weren't actual Beyblades, but they're like machine parts. They're like this big. Some guys just spun them, and it was like an oil. And it, like,
I've seen that, yeah. If it got to that big of a thing, it becomes like robot battles, though, I think. It teeters into that. I don't know. You know, the interesting thing about Beyblades, too, is it does seem like if you have an old one, that is kind of a fun collectible. I like something that it's that tangible, and you're meant to just, like, bash it into something. Yeah. That's kind of sick. It really does become a gladiator or a racehorse.
Yeah.
Where it has its time. You win with it a bunch, and I think that's when you frame it, and you're just like, that was the champion.
You think it's an honor?
You should have seen it.
Your Beyblade breaks like during battle.
I would think so. I think it'd be heart wrenching, but it broke in the way that it was meant to break, right? Because no one wants to just have it be in a container all the time. We don't break the son of a bitch, right? In battle.
It has, Valhalla. Like,
Well, that's the real Beyblade Valhalla. So sick. That's our video today, guys. Until the next one, we will see you we'll see you in the next one. Hell yeah!
If you collect Beyblades or play the game, let me know down below. Why? Let me know why. And yeah. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment that down below. And until next time, bye.